All right, coming back now. Kyle starting us off.
Yeah. I had to work like over hours. 2 balls in a row. No. You got it.
We'll see, Ray.
Appreciate it.
We leave it where it's at. You just shoot from where it is. And he gets, with it being on the break, he gets, yeah, +2.
All right, so Kyle didn't hit 2 balls on his break. 2 balls didn't hit the rail, so the cue ball stays where it's at, but it's a 2-point penalty.
Ball has to hit a rail, right?
With this, now we got Mike and Kyle coming up, a little friendly rivalry.
Brother on brother battle.
Right. Now, for note, they were practicing, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday, and Kyle won that practice match 50-20, I believe.
50-20?
Yes.
What'd
So-
they start at?
Started going to 50. So Kyle made 50 balls,
Right.
and Mike made 22, something like
Okay.
that.
Mike can string some stuff together, though. He's shooting on.
I'll say with it being a call pocket type deal, I think it's going to be a little bit more in Kyle's favor over this match.
You started the timer.
Yes, I have started the timer for them. Don't think, but we've had both matches so far end up right about the hour mark, so
Yeah.
keeping fairly close to that. We started about 15 or so minutes later than we intended, so we're a few minutes late in terms of the scheduling, but still not too bad.
So who's next up? What are the final 2 players in this match?
So final 2 players of round 1 after them are going to be Joe Fosdick and Daniel Alvarez.
Okay, Joe and Daniel.
So right now, going into round 2, we already have Wesley's going to play Jason, and then for the first match, and then the second match will be the winner of this, and then the winner of Joe.
Okay.
So a nice little try from Kyle. Tries to make ball a little bit more defensive too as well with it. Good try from Mike. So I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that probably in this match where they're just close and they're just barely rattling out.
Yep.
It was so much fun for some reason. They got at it though. What's the roll on that? I made 4, but I started out with 2. So I started out with 2. How many is there? Yeah.
Nice little shot from Mike coming through. Has a nice little angle on 2 ball to kind of go into the pack and break it out.
It's a good spot right there. I like it. Just has to make the ball. Doesn't even have to hit him hard.
No, just nice and smooth. Well, miss from Kyle. You know, not really what he wants to be doing at the start of this.
No.
Well, Kyle's probably the stronger of the 2 players. He doesn't want to give Mike these easy balls where he can just poke off a couple balls here and there.
And Mike plays on his table quite a bit, and he can make some shots.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike can run some balls here.
Another just rattle. That corner really does not like Mike right now.
No, that corner's being stingy for sure.
Well, as we'll see, Kyle once again gets a little miss, leaves Mike the opportunity to knock a couple balls up and get a somewhat of a small little lead there here at the beginning. Doesn't quite get how he wants it to. He wanted to avoid that 7 ball to just kind of poke it out.
Yeah, that's not quite where he wanted to put that for sure.
Again, just misses that ball in that same corner. Maybe we should stop going for that corner.
Yeah. That corner's not the spot today.
Both in a little rust coming into this first opening rack.
It happens. Get up here. But, you know, all it takes is a minute, make a couple balls, and everything starts flowing again. And
Yeah. Now with this too, I think we will see a lot more aggressive approach from Mike coming through into this game as well. This is where we'll get an interesting breakout shot from Kyle. Very nice shape coming back around for it. And then rack these up. I'll have to come up with a shot here, do some kind of defense maybe.
yeah, it's probably his main option there.
No, the whole reason of leaving the ball out is that way then you can make that ball and break out, but you don't have to hit that one. Your whole idea is to leave that in a spot to where you can continue your run. Got Mike a little confused on the concept. He's sitting here, he's thinking that you have to go through and the ball that's left out you have to hit, which is not the case. You can go through if you end up behind the rack or whatever the case may be. If you think it's a smarter decision to hit into the rack, you can do that.
Yeah, the balls are all still alive.
Yeah,
It makes it difficult to call a ball if they're all in the rack.
Exactly. That's where it goes into play of where your hope and your ideal is to leave it to where you can send the cue ball into the pack off of a ball. But if that's not the case, you don't have to go for the ball that's left on the table.
Right. That's a defensive play there.
That's it. Stuff like this is where I think we'll end up potentially hitting our hour and a half mark.
Very possible. I mean, we're still at 46, 43.
Yeah. 12 minutes into this opening match.
Which isn't that long, but
Yeah.
this one might be a little bit more cat and mouse at the moment. I don't think either one of these guys is going to pull breakout balls like we saw in the previous two matches.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's probably going to be a lot of this where it's just a little break a ball out, try and hide it until somebody makes a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Nice shot from Mike. It's going through. Will breakout leaves probably the 6 is probably his only option, or his best option, I should say.
Oh, looks like he's going to cut. Top left corner.
Nice little shot. Can, like I said, slowly be picking balls off as he goes. See our first real little run from this match coming, starting to break out right now.
Yeah, he's starting to. He's on
Run-
4 right now.
Yeah, so run a 4, run a 5 right now. That misses, but doesn't really come back through. Although with that 6 ball slopping in, it gets spotted, kind of leaves Kyle another ball available. Kyle gets that 4 ball, knocks that in, leaves himself a couple balls that he can pick off. Like I said, it's not this game's not right now with what we're playing about the super high runs. It's going to be those small little pick off balls that he gets points here, gets points there, and just a slow grind over. See how Kyle handles this going through. He's going to break up this 9. Ooh, when he misses the 15. See Mike stretch out with the bridge a little bit here. Should be very simple. See if he can hold it up on the shot. Rolls a little bit more than he probably would have liked it to. Nice little shot, though. Just barely drops in. Go through, maybe see our potential first 10-point difference between the two players in this third match. Yep, and with that, Mike takes a 10-point lead. Mike needs 35 left to Kyle's 45. And just slowly kind of picking balls off as he goes. Nice shot from Mike. Nice controlled, knocked that 9 ball out. Was able to send it up. Send 10 ball up. Can shoot the 9 to the same pocket if he so pleases. See if he starts thinking about his potential breakout balls, though. Going through another one of those deals where I don't think he's really thinking too much about his breakouts a whole lot. It's going to go, depending on how this goes through, he might once again leave the 7 up table for the breakout ball, and he just has to deal with it. See what Kyle's thoughts are when he comes up to the table right now. He might have an idea of trying to get the breakout ball going through. Good try from Kyle. With that leaves all the balls kind of up table, so this should be an interesting break on the next rack, though.
Pretty sure the live stream heard it as well.
So you go through. This is a little weird of a breakout shot. We might see something instead of him actually go for the shot, end up just kind of busting into the rack a little bit. And Wesley. So that's another note. Mike just asked once again what the long run was, and high run of the day so far is a tie between me and Wesley at 12. A little bit of an interesting shot from Kyle coming through right here. I think he was more so doing a defense with a call of a pocket just to be on the safe side. Honestly, did 2-ball come through, peek out? I think so. Once again, Kyle calling for a bank shot. I think he's trying too much to kind of be fancy here. I think he just needs to make the balls. But with that, goes into the pocket that he did not call and goes to that. Wonder if that was intentional or not. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been as a strategy of putting the ball into the pocket and then making Mike do something weird with it.
Hey, you never know. Be interesting to ask them. At the same time, why would you call that pocket though? You'd call like
Any pocket, right?
right. I guess if he really messed it up and it went in, then he still had potential for something else.
Yeah. So see how they kind of attack this rack with that ball coming back up and spotted. That just breaks out a little bit right now, but it didn't get the normal breakout that it gets coming through. feel like a lot of this might more so be somebody makes a mistake and breaks out the entire rack and they get a few balls in instead of a couple smart little combo shots or something like that, how we've seen in other matches so far. Good try. Good shot from Mike. Nice long shot. Brings it into where Mike now needs only 30 balls. Still got a little ways to go. He's only up by 12 right now, but leaves a stretch out there. Any lead's a good lead in this game. Nice, and just kind of slow put balls in pockets and just kind of string them together.
It's making balls.
Yeah,
Making balls.
that's all this game is. This game's all about making balls.
Doesn't mean Mike doesn't seem to be mostly overly concerned about finding perfect position or
Yeah,
breaking stuff out. He's just making his balls. I mean, not that he's not thinking of these things, but
well, it's one of those that he has balls, plenty of balls to shoot at. You know, it's not while the racks are in the beginning stages of them, and it's not towards the end. You don't really have to worry too much because a lot of times you'll have multiple balls you can shoot at.
it's true.
It's a little defensive play from Mike. Leaves the 9 ball as an option for Kyle to go through, but limits Kyle's options more so is what that does. And Kyle's just really not shooting too well today. You know, he's had a couple opportunities, but nothing that he's been able to take advantage of. He's just kind of missed them, and that's like kind of really about it.
Yeah, sometimes when you're just a hair off for whatever reason, then you start overthinking everything and hard to come back from sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that was a. Even though Mike missed, it kind of spread out nice for Kyle. So let's see if he can potentially take advantage of this and get going. Like I said, hopefully Kyle can just pick these balls apart and not overthink it and just kind of keep it simple. With that, he kind of ran into the 6. Wasn't quite what he wanted it to be. And still leaves himself with a couple options that he can go for. Looks to take this bank on the 6 into the corner that he's queuing over right now. Oh, just barely misses it. Coming through, don't scratch. Okay, he's good. Sends cue ball up table, leaves the long shot from Mike, telling him, "Hey, make this." He makes it. He comes up with a good shot, and not much Kyle can do about it.
It's true. Makes me wonder. Kyle wasn't feeling really confident because he left himself down there too.
Yeah.
Kind of two-way, but if leaving himself lower percentage shots.
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, and that's a foul from Mike. Mike gets plus a point. You don't owe a ball. Like, you don't owe a ball. No, you just get a point up. The only time you owe is if you slop the ball into the other pocket. Kyle kind of bumps right up onto the 6 ball. I don't know if it might go past the 11. I'm not 100% for sure. But Kyle brings the score within 10 of each other.
Oh,
Just barely avoids the second foul. Gone too. Could have seen some interesting stuff. If
Could have seen some fun
Micro's passed it out
stuff.
there. I'm not 100% for sure if he's quite aware of the 3 foul rule
there's no better way to learn than
than to let
the
it
three
happen
foul.
to you.
Yeah.
Once again, Kyle gets the opportunity. I mean, it wasn't an easy shot, but he missed that pretty bigly.
He's just, I think it's just a hair off for some reason today.
See, and this is where the strategy behind it of I probably would have taken the 15 on this ball right now. And it's a little bit more of a stretch, but you leave the balls down here as the option for breakouts.
I wonder if Kyle's going to try to get down here, or if he's just going to take this bizarre break shot again and play the same thing that they were doing in the last rack.
How they've been shooting, it seems like they're not really too focused on the actual breakouts
Yeah.
and that type of play, so they might be.
Never mind. He was trying to get down there.
He forced it a little bit, but yeah, like I said, they've been playing some interesting break shots and all that kind of stuff, leaving the balls all the way down table to try and work some stuff out. So,
Well, Mr. Alvarez showed up.
so yeah, our final player has walked in through the door. So once this match gets wrapped up, then he'll start and he'll play Joe, and that'll be the last round of this first round. Still gonna be another one of those where it leaves a weird kind of break shot, depending on the angle that Kyle leaves himself. Ooh, getting close to the pocket, and yeah, he's right over that pocket, so it's not really the most ideal of a shot.
No, not ideal, but I think they were mostly just playing,
They're just kind of making balls,
making the balls. Yeah.
not overthinking it too much, and just given what's let out.
Elimination races to 50. So me and Jason played our first match. We got that one 50 to 40. We stand and play just now. Just for a warning, when you leave the speaker,
Going through, there's a little bit of talk off onto the side. Kyle's talking about how he's having to play off of all of Mike's non-break balls that he's been leaving. Going through, he's saying Mike doesn't understand the concept of leaving a ball.
The game, though. I mean, I don't know what to tell him. You know,
It's one of those.
don't give your partner that, or don't give your opponent the opportunity to even do that.
To choose the break ball.
See, I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You left him the opportunity to put you in that position, right? If he makes his balls and he's breaking, then he gets to control the game. You can't,
It's all about keeping the control.
Which is the same thing, like, and we all get frustrated at any game if you're getting hooked or bad rules and that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
you let the player. The reality is, you let the player back to the table.
Yeah, you let them decide how it went. There.
That's you gave them the opportunity to do that to yourself. It doesn't mean it's not frustrating, but
yeah. And so, like a couple of the choices Kyle has taken to approach the racks, though, probably haven't been too much in his favor either.
No, Kyle's missed some shots. I mean,
once again, Mike misses a shot, but kind of ties up the rest of the rack. Sends the ball that he shot back into the rack. Just kind of clumps everything together.
Kyle has options here, though. He can send the 6 in the side, on the corner, the 2 down corner. But a defense, I mean, it's not without opportunity. You
No,
know,
he definitely has his options, just not as many options as he may like.
well, we always like more.
But then again, though, too many options could.
I've done that twice. There you go, Kyle.
And which could also what could make this match go longer. Mike 3 fouls.
Ooh, interesting. I don't think he will though.
Like I said, it's one of those things that's really hard to actually 3 foul.
Oh, same backwards bank you tried on the floor earlier.
See, I would prefer to cut these balls.
Yeah, I would too. It's a nice bank shot though.
Yeah, he makes them just because if you're sending the ball all the way up table, at least if you cut it, then you're maybe going into the pack, maybe.
Defense shot.
And still defense limits Mike's abilities a little bit, leaves just one shot open. Let's go through. Do you think we might see our first person under 20? Our first player under 20?
Could be. Somebody's setting up this combo.
I just see this call my own pocket, right? Doesn't matter how I hit
I was just asking for clarification on a rule.
Once again, Mike tells me on like Monday or Tuesday, he's like, "Hey, I want to play on this." I telling him how I'm putting this together. He's like, "I want to play on this. How do you play?"
I like it.
The little temp kind of spreads it out though. Although still, like once again, it doesn't leave Kyle very much, especially with how Kyle's been shooting right now. And they have also officially reached the halfway point in their time, so they have 45 minutes left for one of them to seal his deal, or else they go into their sudden death.
They're not that far ahead of center. I mean, I have a feeling they'll beat it, but they're not far off. They could come into play. Although I think they'll beat it by 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, like I said, when I set the hour and a half time limit, it was me giving them more time than I thought that they needed. I would much rather see the matches play out to the end than have to go through to some kind of time restraint,
Yeah.
But
We had to put a limit on it. You guys will be here till midnight.
yeah, with us shooting on one table, especially with it being on a Sunday,
Well,
it didn't want to have to keep the bar open.
it's a 3-day weekend for a lot of people, but not for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Would much rather let people get home, get some sleep, and not have to worry about it. Now, do we see the choice? Is Mike going to take the 15? Or is he going to take the green up there? Now, if he leaves that ball on the rack, which he's not, but if he would have left it, then it would have been moved off because it would have been in the middle of the rack. That was a nice shot from Mike, though.
Yeah. It's gonna have an interesting break. It puts Mike on it's a 5-ball run right there.
5-ball run, and now Mike gets to deal with the interesting break shots that Kyle has had to deal with all day.
Oh, that's true. Even talking about that earlier with Kyle, there's not an opportunity to break, and we all get how the game is played by like top end professionals, right? But generally speaking, knowing that, you just adjust your play. You have to play defense. Who cares that you didn't break it out? You play the defensive shot. And
yeah, don't try and get the massive breakout and spread it out open for him. With that though, puts that cue ball or puts that ball back into the rack, and it's gonna make these some fun racks.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like that, Kyle might be a little bit of frustration getting in Kyle. He just kind of gets down, just breaks it open.
I think that was a frustration shot for sure. Or he just wants to get him opened up and hope for the best, This many balls on the table, people still get themselves caught up pretty quick, often. Didn't expect that coming. Foul. So Kyle makes one, fouls, puts the point back, so he ends up in the same spot he started. Smart shot. Broke up a couple of those balls for himself. That's how the game often goes. He's got open balls, but a little bit longer shots. Oh man, yeah, Kyle's just been a hair off today. I don't know why. Probably frustrating him at this point, but definitely not shooting his usual game.